Hi, this is Maria from Maria's Way of Life. Welcome back to my channel and to my home office. I am a mommy, I am a planner babe, and I'm a first grade teacher. Today, I want to do my lesson plans for the second week of school, and I have learned so much as I am writing them now, paper, pencil. When I used to do them digitally, I kind of just let them go and then copied and pasted what I didn't do. But technically, I never got to the nitty-gritty of what I really did the first week of school. So I am loving doing them like this starting now. Last year, I started differently, and then mid-year I did something else, and at the end I kind of just let it go. So now I'm doing something that fits my needs, that I love doing, using stickers and highlighters and color coding, and it just works really nicely for me. If you're interested in watching, go ahead and stay tuned. This is last week's plans, and only the highlighted areas were the ones that got done, and I am totally okay with that. So I'm going to remove these, and this worked out so well that I am very excited about it. So I'm going to remove these. Why am I removing this one? Sorry. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this and start for the week of the 19th to the 23rd. And I like how it's laid out horizontally, especially because this is my morning part of the day. And then when I turn it around, that will be my afternoon. So I love using this planner. So far, so good. But then again, it is just the first week of school. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And the first thing I'm going to do is use my stickers. I ordered this from The Right Combo on Etsy. Customer service is not amazing, but I do love the work, and I've only used them 1 week and they were fine. I know they're removable because I tried to remove them and they were fine. I want to say they cost about $25 to $30. It's been a while since I've ordered them. I think I ordered them back in March. Hopefully I'm correct. But anyway, I'm just going to keep going with the next color, which is orange. I'm going to lay out my stickers. So these are my subject headers for up here. And then I'm going to put the times that I'm going to use this week. They're going to vary because we have not started our regular schedule, especially because last week I focused only, or mostly I should say, on expectations, rules, appropriate way of exiting and entering the building, emergency drill procedures, and just introducing them to where the groups are going to be and all of that. And of course we did a lot of activities, but none of which are going to be a regular routine. They were just to be there as a role play, as a prompt, so that they know where to go when they are expected to go into their learning groups. So this week I'm focusing on assessment. I'm going to go ahead and assess Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday will be practice for next week on how we do rotations for our centers, and as well as so that we can get ready for MTSS or RTI time school-wide. And if you don't know what that is, that's just a specified time by our administration in which we actually send our students to work at level with other peers, so and other teachers. So I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to go ahead and put these on. Let's get started. I misplaced a couple of my stickers and I had to find them. Okay, let's go ahead and do this part right here. And a couple of things have changed. Let me mention that since the last time I did this planning way back before even we ended the 2018-19 school year. Just because I wanted to go on my vacation without worrying about the first week of school. So one of the things that has changed is that I was going to teach all of the science for my class and for another colleague, but she wants to do it now, and so we are completely self-contained now instead of rotating within this time, which I really absolutely loved, but we're just going to have to adjust. So I don't have a specific social study header, but social study is happening, especially within writing and language arts. Same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and integrate it. And what I was thinking is doing it during the time that also my mainstream students come in. So I think that will work out from 1 to 1:20, and I will show you what that means. So let me do the breakdown of the time. I did morning business last week from 9 to 9:30. This time is going to be 9:15 to, what am I doing? I'm so glad this is an erasable pen. 9 to 9:15. The students adjusted really well to this routine, so I don't think we're going to have any issues at all getting through them. And what this encompasses is taking attendance, and then announcements, and it runs pretty smooth and pretty fast. And I wrote too big. I'll just put announcement. And these are pledges. Then we move on to songs. And for songs, we started with the national anthem as well as the 7 continents. Then there's a monitor that goes over rules and expectations. And then the final thing will be calendar. And it's just changing the calendar. It's not like kindergarten, so it goes actually pretty fast. So the kids know exactly what to do. And I love my morning routine because they run it, I don't. So while I'm getting settled in, open my lesson plans, there's a monitor for each one of these items. So I do not do any of these. Then the next item over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through Monday, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest, since it repeats itself in many occasions, except with the different lessons of mathematics. And then also this week we do have an assembly, and we have something else that I can't remember at this point, but we do have something else. I can't remember. I'll look it up in my notes. This Falcon time, it has not started, but this is a time I'm going to test them. So I'm going to assess them from 9:15 to about, well, I'll put the time in the Falcon time, which is 9:15 to 9:45. And then I switched Lexia instead of language arts here, because we're doing 100-mile at this time because it's super hot for the kids. And here in California, oh my goodness, it's going above the 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and I cannot have my students out there in the afternoon. So I switched the time, at least for this time, until it cools off at this time. So we will have a little bit of time to do Lexia first and then PE. So we'll have like 9:45 to, I don't know, let me put the time in first. So this time will be 9:45 all the way to 10:25. And then we have recess at 10:25. So the next time, I think I'll make this smaller. So this one will be 9:45 to 10:25. And then we have recess at 10:25, and we come back at 10:40 to 11:25 when we have lunch then. So we have 2 separate times right here, and that will give me perfect timing for assessment, 100-mile, and then finish up assessment. I think that will be perfect timing for that. So I will start assessment, and then I will do 100-mile, and then start assessment again. So glad this erases. star assessment, like so. And for this top portion, I would like to add one of these, and I just like aesthetically what it looks like. One of the things I've noticed when I was doing my lesson plan last time, I actually did all black here, and then I did blue and then green. So this time I'm gonna do it by day. I'm gonna use black ink right here and then move on to like blue or pink or whatever the case may be. But right now I kind of like having this on my lesson plan to denote 100-mile. And these ones are smaller than the last ones I placed in, but they're still cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this right there for 100-mile. And then I do have this just so that I can have a better visual of what's happening in each time frame. Okay, then we're gonna move on to mathematics on this side. And the other time, if you notice, ended at 11:25. 11:25 we have lunch. 11:25 to 12, and then 12 to 1 p.m. we will have mathematics, and then we will have 1 to 1:20. It's actually the time that I have my RSP kiddos, not my RSP kiddos, my mainstream students in the class. The students that are mainstream into my class are 4 students total. So I like to do stuff that is, mostly fun. But what I'll do here is I'll plan for mathematics. I will do Go Math. And at this point, I want to go ahead and use this right here. And then I will use my midliner. Doesn't want to go through that area. Okay, I'm trying to hold tight. Because remember, last time I did have, and I still have some left over, but I just wanted to see how this will work out. And that works out. Okay, good. Last time I had, if you remember, let me bring my planner, these right here. And then for Go Math as well. Oops, they're over here. Sorry. I apologize. They are actually over here behind this one. So I just thought I would do something like this and see what it looks like, so that aesthetically I'm happy with it, and I sure am. And that way I won't spend any more money on stickers, since I am on a budget if you follow my channel. So that will work out. And I will be doing Go Math, and it's lesson 1.4. And then this actually is an OA standard 1.1. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And we've been having a lot of fun with manipulatives. We had a lot of fun lessons last week, and I wish I would have vlogged that, but it was so busy and things were moving so fast. Then for language arts, I am going to get them started on some of the wonders. So I'm going to do an introductory lesson, and then I will have them go into independent work so that I can assess them in fluency at this time, reading fluency. So I am going to go ahead and do right here, the time for this will be, what time would be? So we ended at 1:20. They go to recess at that time, 1:20 to 1:35. So then they come back 1:35, and it's going to run to 2:30. And then PLTW from 2:30 to 12:15. And that is our school day. Okay, that looks good. So in this part, I will be doing testing. So I will be testing on Monday for fluency. And while I'm doing that, students will be working on your turn book on the lesson that I just taught, your turn. And it will be on lesson for, I should probably have done another one of my midliners. Let's do this one, right? Let's do this one, why not? Oh, it's too small, that's why not. Okay, well maybe the arrow will be good. Just to denote the wonders unit, just because I like to see immediately where I am at. Okay, that works. Good, good, good. I'm happy about that. So this would be week 2, day 1, and then they will go into an independent assignment on your turn. I still haven't figured out which page, but it's okay. This should always serve as a skeleton for your lesson. So, what did I say here? Your turn. Your turn. Like that. Okay. And then on this one, it will just be 135. Yeah, that will be a continuation of that. And then here, I want to go ahead and do what I didn't do last week. Starting on Wednesday, I had planned to talk about engineers. And I didn't get the opportunity to get started. And then I have songs that go along with that. I like songs a lot. So that would be Monday. And now I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of follow this pattern, fill up my lesson plans, and at least I have a rough draft or an idea of what's happening that day. Now, if things are longer, then we just skip other things like this one. And hence why I like switching for this time, because that wouldn't give me an excuse to let go of PLTW and social studies. But as a teacher, when you have them all day, you know you're going to be attending to finishing up mathematics or language arts. And in this case, so maybe that, or maybe I will go ahead and skip 100 mile, which will be totally okay. So on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and follow this pattern with the exception of this is an early dismissal, so we won't have time for that. Other than that, let me speed you through. Okay, here we go. I am done, and I had to speed through that process just because it is pretty repetitive. Although there are a couple of things that I changed, and one of them being here, I added social studies because I will be doing 20 minutes of social studies reading really within 1 to 120 time frame here. So I'll do math for an hour, and then I'll go into social studies. Then it'll be time for them to go to recess. And I have library day on Wednesday. I'm not sure when it's going to start, but I do. And then I signed up for computer lab on Fridays. No, I think I signed up for computer lab on Wednesdays as well. I did them both at the same day, so I have to go back and change them. I was looking at my notes, I was like, really? So I'm hoping that I can get it on Friday, especially because of holidays and stuff. I'd rather miss computer lab day than library day. So those are things I changed. I also kind of added an assembly here because we do have an assembly at 9:20 on Monday, and then we have an assembly at 12:50 on Friday. So I see I already like that I color coded this way. That way my eyes are just, they know where to go. And so one of the things that I did is I kind of left. I'm glad this was open due to assessments, but now more than anything, they're going to take a lot of my assessment time here. And then I have a birthday celebration that day, in which we're not allowed to give cupcakes or anything like that. But I know the parent wants to bring in a goodie bag with pencils and just like school supply stuff. And that it's going to take about 15 minutes, and it's still time. Now know that even though we're using academic time, please never hesitate on doing stuff like that, because that builds community and rapport with your students as well as with their families. And the students need to know that they love things like that, and it is not ever a waste of time building that rapport with them. I'm not saying take an hour. I'm just saying acknowledge their birthday. And I do send parent surveys, and there's only one child that does not celebrate Halloween. Other than that, they celebrate any other holiday, birthdays, everything. So I am sensitive to their beliefs. Don't think that I'm just doing this and I don't care. I truly do care, and a lot of it has to do with that. I feel like I can breathe better with this lesson plan than I did with my last weeks, where I felt like I wasn't doing enough. In reality, all you need is a guide, and this is a perfect guide for me of where I need to go. Can things change? Sure. That's why I did it on erasable pen, and it's so much easier to erase this than last week, where I was going a little crazy with all the stuff that I had planned out and really didn't get to a lot of the stuff. So I am happier with this lesson plan, and I like seeing my time frame at the top, and I have an idea of what's happening. Like I said, I have birthday celebration there, I have birthday celebration here, and then I give out homework on Fridays. The only thing that this is missing is the week. Wait. Oh, here it is. I was like, where did week 2 go? So I'm gonna add that this is week 2, and we are entering that. Then as well as by the end of this week, we will actually be, and I'll use one of the midliners, not blue or pink because I use that. So I'll use maybe purple. And the past week I did, I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's over here. I did this to denote that we've been 5 days in school, right here. And so this time I think I'm just going to go ahead and mark it here at the bottom with this midliner double-ended marker or highlighter. So I am just going to put that by the end of this week we had been in school for 10 days. Like so. And then there's one more thing that I want to add to this, and then I'm going to let you go. And I hope that you enjoy what you're watching, and please consider subscribing if you haven't. The one thing that I forgot to put in is, or not forgot, but that I want to add is this little, and this is my Design by 2 printable stickers, and these are as well. And I want to add this little person right here that is carrying a big frappe, coffee, whatevs. I just want to add her to the beginning of my spread, especially on that Monday morning, just because I think it'll be cute and it'll pump me for the week. Just seeing her, she's so cute. Let's have her peek through. Oh, it doesn't fit. What if we have her peek through midweek? Like so. Yeah, I like her. That is cute. Okay, let me put it back on the planner, and then I'm going to do a drive-through on my spread just so you can see what I did with my teacher planner, even though it's not too much of the design process, but more than anything, just having those routines set for your kiddos, making sure you're not overwhelming yourself, because I'm only telling you because I do it all the time. And I'm trying just to like keep it simple and yes, repetitive, because don't they go to learn these subjects every single day anyway? Our teaching is repetitive. So there it is. I hope you like it. I really do like it. I love how colorful it is, and I am very excited that I did this tonight. It is Saturday night, and I'm hoping that I can edit tonight so that I can upload it as well. I am super pumped. 1 week down, second week to start, and I am excited. It looks good. I'm excited. So know that this is super flexible and that you may do it as you wish. I am not missing these at all. I think this stencil works as well, and this one too, just so that my eyes are driven to the actual unit that we're in not in social studies, in mathematics and language arts, which are my two main core subjects. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and press like. If you've been here for a while, I thank you for your fidelity. I love you guys. Take care, but more than anything, God bless. Goodbye.